All right, so as the title says, we just requested a $22,500 payout with Topstep, so basically 25K before the split. But welcome back to the channel, guys. Hey, listen, man, I know you're probably like, holy fuck, this dude got a 25K payout. Yes, we fucking did. I am locked the fuck in, man. In this video, I'm just gonna kind of break down kind of the process, show you guys the payout, as well as talk about the trading setups for the last like 2 weeks that I took to really get this payout. Basically, as you can see here, I made 50K in basically 1 week trading. These are on my 5 Topstep 150K Express accounts. And yep, I requested $22,500. You can see right here, we requested it and, on Topstep. And you can see right here the screenshot of the payout request, right? Obviously, I'm going to blur out all the numbers, but 5 payouts of $5,000 pre-split, which after the split is $22,500. And it literally hit my, bank account in 48 hours. I know people have been saying Topstep's been super slow. My payouts been delayed, etc. But no, like I put in all the information correctly, we double checked it, triple checked it, and I do ACH for my transfers. So yeah, listen, less than 48 hours, it's actually insane how fast this was. Obviously, I'm gonna blur out all the account numbers and whatnot, but you can see right here we are on the new dashboard, and yeah, this is what it looks like. So a little quick stuff when we go to the payouts tab when you request a payout. Basically, they have this new thing of where you can literally track your payout in real time. So you can see right here, this was literally 3 days ago. I requested 4,500, well 5K per account, and they have the thing of where you submit it, and obviously if you guys have never submitted a payout or you've done a payout before, there's a little bit of a process. So the way it works, and I wish I could have honestly done this live with you guys, but honestly I just want to get this done, request the payout fast as possible. But basically what happens is that you have to put in obviously your 1099 tax form. So you have to type in, it's basically, you have to fill it out. If you go over here, it's the W9 2025. If I press view form, you can see this is a request for taxpayer identification and certification number. Obviously, I have all my information from my LLC, and you have to do this before you submit a payout. Now, you can choose Wise or, again, to your bank through ACH, which is what I did. And it's a little bit of a tedious process because what happens is you have to individually go through every single account and input all the same numbers in. But again, make sure you double, triple check when you are doing that, right? You always want to make sure everything's correct, information's right, you're not fucking up, because if you fuck up or something happens, listen, man, then, your payout's gonna get delayed. As you can see right here, you submit it, and then what it'll do is it'll remove the funds from your trading account instantaneously, which is what I love. Like, it's honestly so nice because you can literally start trading right after you request your payout. It'll deduct it almost instantaneously, and zero issues. And then obviously it goes through their internal compliance system of where they have to approve the funding, they approve the risk, and then obviously approve the compliance, then approve the financing, and then obviously once the money gets fully sent, it's going to say funds sent. And literally, the moment the day was sent at 1:39 p.m., 3 hours later it hit my bank. So listen, guys, 48 hours, it's absolutely insane. Obviously, when you can request another payout, it can then obviously it'll pop up here again. And obviously, you'll just go through the whole process and just request 5 more payouts. And like I said, the balances are sitting about 4.1K per account. They were at 5K. We took 2 losses, unfortunately. There's really no point showing my dashboard stats right now. I feel there's really not enough data on them to really get good metrics and whatnot, even though they do look good. So obviously for the next video, for the next payout request, I'll go in depth with the actual account dynamics right on the dashboard. But yeah, I just wanted this video to kind of show you the payouts, right? Show you the process and kind of show you guys, hey man, we're doing it. We're doing it here. So let's kind of talk about the setups this month that got me this funding. It's really simple, actually, nothing crazy. We are going to go to the start of August, which is right here. As you guys know, this was NFP, the non-farm payroll. Numbers came out really bullish for gold during this time, and I've told you guys so many times, you have to know about the fundamentals and actually care about the fundamentals if you want to be profitable, right? So basically, as you guys know, I only trade gold, and I trade trend lines basically as one of my models. And it was honestly really simple, guys. When I'm using my trend lines and drawing out trend lines, I'm always doing kind of like on the medium and higher time frames. So I'm kind of cycling through time frames, looking at, hey, like what looks the best, what trend lines look, in general, like what looks good, right? So you can kind of see right here, we have this trend line form like this when we had these 2 lines, and then we had a trend line form like this when we had these 2 lines. And when there's 2 points, usually that's when I draw my trend line, because again, you have to realize like you wouldn't have had this like in real time. So yeah, pretty simple. Basically, the first trade, it was essentially after we tapped this trend line and we saw some great confirmation to the downside. I literally just took a market order sell right here, stop loss above the high, went for a 1-to-1 on this one. And again, I risked pretty low, about 0.25%. And then the market closed. You can see right here, we ended up closing at around 5 o'clock here, and I didn't really see anything, right? But obviously, our bias is still going to be short, right? The moment we had this engulfing candle right here, you can see this pattern of where we had that engulfing candle again. Similar thing on market order sold, but this time I had a little bit of a tighter stop, right? The reason I had a little bit of a tighter stop because we shouldn't go past the swing high, right? Assuming our analysis is valid and we are going to be going to the downside, well, we shouldn't go past the swing high because, well, this should be protected, right? And I went for about a 1 to 5 on this one. Specifically this low right here, it made the most sense. It wasn't really an external low. The external low is here, but these two internal lows were pretty important. And then, yeah, you can see right here, we hit that for a 1 to 5.4 RR. And the same process. Literally, I took the same exact trade because there's no really trend lines. Like, okay, I know this might not sound like kind of crazy. Like, you're like, oh my God, bro, he trades trend lines? Yes, because, I have a lot of experience in this, guys. And when you usually have like a very, very impulsive pivot point, fundamental pivot point like news and CPI coming in, that usually controls the whole narrative. And you don't really have to have a retrace to the fair value gap and then just have that continually go higher. It's just going to be like just pretty basic. It's going to keep trending, in a non-premium area and just keep pumping, right? That's just how markets will work sometimes. So, you have to use your trend lines and other stocks in your toolkit to be profitable, right? But same thing here, right? Remember, timing is super important as well. Like I would have taken this trade, but you got to understand, like this is already noon, right? I'm not going to take a trade at like noon when the market's most likely died out, and it's probably going to consolidate for the rest of the day, right? Obviously, I'm going to look for some more confirmation, but yeah, basically this next trade again was also a short, right? And as you can see, when we open up here and we show that huge volume to the downside, yeah, it was wraps, guys. So again, super simple stuff. We broke structure to the downside, and then yeah, it was, we retraced, and the moment we had that engulfing closure, it's a harami candle. Same thing, stop loss, above the high. We entered in right there, and in this case, I didn't want to again target for an external low because I think I was already like, okay, like I don't usually go for too crazy RR. But the biggest thing was you can see like we have these imbalances, these fair value gaps down here, but I didn't go for anything too crazy. I only went for like a 1 to 4 in this case, because again, I just I had a feeling that we're gonna keep maintaining this overall swing structure because look at this, right? When we had this move, right, we're still maintaining the swing structure to the upside, right? We're making new higher highs and higher lows, right? So these lows, these external lows should all be protected because we're trending higher, right? So it's that simple, really, really that simple. Now, obviously, this was at the start of the month. I took a couple other setups, not important, but I kind of want to move on to the week after that. So this was on the 12th. Again, I've covered this fully in depth with my Discord. We went really crazy on this. You can see right here as well this trend line. It's not a coincidence that we wicked it right here and we ended up dumping, right? But once we kind of are in all-time high conditions, we tend not to trade that, guys. And this is some sauce for y'all. When you are trading gold at all-time highs, especially in that cluster where it's really close to those highs, you never want to trade during all-time highs because what will happen is that all the volatility coming in during all-time highs is going to usually make gold act a bit weird, where you have these crazy volatile swings at Asian Open and they just pump up like 1-2% and then just have this crazy movement. And as a day trader, like you just want to stay out of that, right? Like all this volatility, all this crazy stuff, like you don't know what's going to happen, right? And again, you can't beat the algorithms, you can't beat the institutions. It's just going to be like that, right? And this was basically driven by some fundamental catalysts. Obviously, Trump is going to say stuff. He's saying stuff about tariffs, gold tariffs, etc. And all this volatility, these algorithms are going to be the ones reacting real quick. So basically what happened here was, I'm sure you guys know Lisa Cook is a member on the Fed board, and basically there was a tweet that came out that said, hey, Trump is going to fire her, right? And then obviously this caused the volatility to come in, and then also what happened right here is the reason we gapped up hard was because Trump announced tariffs on 1 kilogram gold bars, and obviously that's going to cause fear, uncertainty into the market, and yeah, that caused gold to just run up, react off our trend line, and as you can see, we just chopped for the whole day. And then it came out that the tweet for the Trump and the reason why this was just didn't make any sense and markets are going to react like just prematurely is because the White House, nobody said this. It was just like some random tweet, right? This is why I was so confused because there's nobody said gold tariffs anywhere, and gold tariffs are pretty big. Like it should be an official announcement from the White House or whatnot, right? And there was no sign of that. And then it came out that the tweet was fake. And the moment it came out the tweet was fake, gold ends up dropping literally another 1.4%, reversing the whole move, right? So we had that whole fundamental drive up, that volatility catalyst to make that all-time high. Then it came out as fake news and it just dropped price down, right? So again, really, I'm out. I didn't trade this whole day. You got to be out, right, when all this volatility and stuff is happening, because again, I have experience. I know this is gonna happen, all right? So yeah, after that happened, really, we just end up same thing, right? This is gonna be controlling the swing structure, the pivot. We just end up just chopping to the downside, not chopping, but trending to the downside and not in not in a premium or discount. And these days are going by. I'm taking zero trades, zero trades, zero trades. Okay, and then we end up, in this little range. Now, in this little range, obviously, we have stuff here. We have our trend line here. We have a trend line here, right? And I'm just looking to see if I can like cash the potential, just the potential like reversal because we're still bullish, right? We're still really overall bullish, and you could say like, hey, like we took out these lows, right? All these lows right here, right, got taken out, right? And then just just again, it's not a liquidity sweep. It's just how the order book works. And then I was looking for some, just some overall confirmation during New York session to take the trade, right? You can see right here. We have some breaks of structure to the upside, but really it was this trend line. So I marked out this trend line here, and then I marked out this one right here. And let's just delete all of this right here. All right. And then this one in this case, I will use like the lower time frames, like the 1 minute, 3 minute, whatnot, based on if I like the structure and whatnot. So you can see right here, basically, it was pretty simple. We just came into, again, this trend line right here. This is also a POC if you guys ever use volume profile. Yeah, I do use a lot of other stuff. I mean, I'm just trying to show you from one perspective of why I'm taking these trades. But in general, right, this area will be like a high volume node, right? So we're coming into a trend line plus a high volume node. Had this basically marked out with my tool, and you can kind of see right here specifically. If you mark out the midpoint with it, it's really down here. And then the moment that really happened, I market ordered on this confirmation right here on this 1 minute, obviously on the 3 minute. And yeah, I had a really, really, really tight stop like this. I just let it rip to this external high because I was confident that we are going to make a new high. So it was this trade right here, really, really good trade, 1 to 8 RR. And yeah, I hit that, and after that, really just no trades, and it's the same principle. We're just playing these trend lines and whatnot. Just taking trades off these. Let's delete all of this now, and then you can see right here we have this trend line here. I actually did take this trade right here as well, and you can see these. It just works like butter on gold, and look at that, another tap. So these moves do work out really, really nicely. I end up catching this move exactly for that reason. We popped it, we hit it, and we popped perfectly from there, and yeah. Overall, this has been a month. Overall, this has been a weird month. I'm not gonna lie, but basically, we had Jackson Hole Symposium. We came in, and then we again same thing happened. We rallied to the upside, and this is gonna be the controlling the controlling driver for the news volatility and whatnot. And I said, hey, we should continue seeing that volatility into the week, most likely into Wednesday or Thursday. And yeah, I basically caught this move right here, the absolute bottom, and we rallied for like 10 RR. Then I took more shorts after this confirmation right here for like a 1 to 2, and I took that all the way down here. So I literally ping-ponged this the whole move, and then that's really what requested the payout. And after that, I just haven't been trading. Well, let me take that back. I did trade on Tuesday or on Wednesday. On Tuesday and Wednesday, I did end up losing. Wednesday was a break-even day for me. But yeah, so it's good stuff. You can see we have all these indicators right here as well. I'm not going to go into that. Maybe that will be for another video, but these are my custom proprietary indicators for my students and I that we use to get an edge in these markets as well. But yeah, guys, I hope you enjoyed the little video. And again, man, we had a crazy nice 5-figure month. And listen, man, this is not even including personal. I made a good amount of money in my personal account as well this month. If you have any questions, guys, please go and shoot me a follow. It is AABandsFX on Instagram. I am going to be releasing a really advanced Topstep, a full 2025 guide for you guys to understand it fully and really have success in Topstep in a little bit. Nothing crazy, short little video. Hope you guys enjoyed. I'll see y'all later. Peace.